Yeah, it works. Hi, I want to try make my own carving tool for pottery. I see these really lovely ones that you buy online that you can carve out these really nice sections of your pottery. They look beautiful. I'm sure they're worth the money. They're just more than I want to spend at the minute. Can I make one for cheap? I have picked up some craft pegs that might be the handle. These cost me €5. Some crafting wire. Really thin, it doesn't say the gauge though. That's 130. Tin snips slash aviation snips, which cost £8, which is really cheap. What I'll also use will be some sellotape, gardening gloves. And some tins. Can I make it from a tin of beans? I think I saw someone online, or I read about someone online doing this, so I hope it's possible. I've got 2 tins in case there's a difference in brand. Other baked beans are available. If it works, it can be a really cheap way of getting a carving tool and having some variety. Yeah, they look to retail at the minute about €50. So if I can make my own, it could just be a much cheaper way. I haven't tried this before. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to figure it out, hopefully. Okay, how to start? Yeah, what I'm thinking is if I cut a strip from the tin, I'll show you. I'll show you. They have a really satisfying noise. I don't know how to start. Oh! Oh! That's a horrible noise. Oh God. But it cuts really straight through. I thought I'd have to use a bit more oomph. Oh. Oh God. I'm gonna go get some eye protection. That might work. This is very big bit of metal, but I just want to really test the concept. I reckon 2 holes would do great. Oh, okay. Maybe 1 hole is enough. Actually, I might just double up from the get-go. If I can twist the wire, it might give it a bit more strength. The drill bit. Oh, that was easy. Okay, it's a lot more rigid. Hopefully it stays that way. That's a much nicer looking bit of chunky wire to use. Ooh. So the loop where I doubled the wire over, I couldn't get small enough to go through the hole. I was going to start with that end, but if I feed it through itself, it will stop it from being pulled all the way through. So this is a very early prototype. It's the ugliest tool I've ever seen. So straight away, and it should have been obvious, only using 1 hole just meant I've given it a pivot point so the top will not be sturdy. But if it was sturdy, I mean, it seems to work. Ugly and loose as it is, if I hold the top, that's quite a neat cut. I like that. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay. As much as I complained about this wire, it's really holding it's holding together really well when twisted. It might actually work. So I think some nice strong tape would be really helpful as well if I could tuck the loose ends of the wire inside and then tape it closed or something. That looks really, really messy, but there's much less give at the top now. Oh yeah. I'm not holding onto the wire or the metal at all. That's great. That's really lovely. Oh, that's so nice. And you can give it a good bit of pressure. That's lovely. That's working out really well. Prototype 1 is a success, but it's ugly as sin and looks like it'll cut your hands in pieces. So I'm going to grab some tape. I'm going to neaten up the wire. I'm going to use a smaller amount of the metal if it will stay stable when it's... Actually, let's see. Oh, I kind of closed it. Didn't mean to do that. Well, I might have given myself a double-edged tool. The edge I just cut is comes to a point. The other edge is a tight circle. So this is the tight bit, and then the rounded bit. Yeah. This could be really, really handy. I've wanted a tool like that for so long. I'm loving this. Okay. I went to my really old toolbox and found some really old electrical tape. Can I stick tape to it directly? That is... Ow. Don't do that. That is actually working. Yeah, I'm calling prototype 1 finished. Yeah, let's get on to hopefully the main thing. I want to do one drill hole near the bottom and one near where the wood touches together when you squeeze it, just to maybe give it a bit more stability. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. I'm going to put a placeholder bit of wire through just to keep everything aligned. And then if I can get enough twisted wire to go through both holes with the one bit of wire, that would be ideal. This bit is really satisfying. Oof. It's better than eye protection. I got him. We're good. I'm going to go into the hole closest to the head first so that the lip will be at the top. It's more likely to be out of the way of my hand when I'm gripping it. And then let's see if we can make it neat. Let's try. Trying to keep a good bit of pressure on this at all times. It's much neater so far. And now I've gotten down to the second hole that I've drilled, so I'm taking out the little bit of placeholder wire. Okay, I'm at the very end, so I'm just going to try tuck the last bit of wire into the cutout of the peg. If this will focus. So I've just got the very last bit of wire just tucked in there. I don't want it protruding at all where it will catch your hand. So I'm going to flatten it a little bit more and then tape over that bit. Oh god, it looks really good. That's brilliant. That looks, the stakes were low, the standards were low, the bar was low, everything was low. I don't care how it looks if it works. And this worked surprisingly well. But already, version 2, that's quite the improvement. God, I'm so pleased with how the metal looks. I really hope it's robust enough to handle use. I have not squished, I've not shaped the cutting tip yet. The serration is showing up a little bit more on this one for some reason. Oh, I can feel a bit of a jagged edge. That's much better. I'm just trying to shape the head a little bit more. Ooh, that's nice. That's great. So yeah, I want to keep the double-headed effect that I had with the first one accidentally. So I just closed in one edge a little bit more with the tin snips and two totally different types of carving with the one tool. So I've played around enough making this. I'm really happy with it, but I gotta test it on some clay, some real clay. So I'm going to throw a little vase, I think, and we'll see what it like to carve with, for real. It is the next evening. The vase is mostly leather hard. I had this outside all day to try dry a little bit faster. The only reason it's dry enough is because it's not raining and there's a bit of wind outside. So I took advantage. I've been thinking about what style to do the carving in. I haven't trimmed this vase at all. I want to leave thick walls for the carving. And I have some fun ideas of things I'd like to try. But I think for now, I just want to keep it relatively simple. Maybe a starburst pattern that kind of extends. So I think I'll try that. Yeah, I'm really excited. Ooh. The first one is just too deep. Look at that. I have to say I'm pretty pleased. I didn't go through a single time. That was my main concern. Because I've never used a carving tool, I didn't know how deep to really go. I quite like how the design turned out. It's got a nice, messy, organic feel to it. Would have been handier if I had a bit more patience and I could have waited until the bat popped off, but you know. This was a real success. Yeah, it works. I'm sure the shop bought ones, the professional ones, are better and will last longer. I don't think this would be very robust, but it will do me until I can buy the proper one, I'd say. I'm really pleased. And I love the way this vase has come out, actually. So this I paid for the peg, a bit of crafting wire. I'm not counting the cost of the tape. I'm not counting the cost of the tin of beans or the drill. And what's that? Oh, obviously these cost money. This was the most expensive thing. It was less than £9. And it was €5 for a multi-pack of the pegs, and it was €1.50 for the wire. But I have enough supplies to make, I don't know, 4 or 5 more of these before I need more wire. It was really quick to do. I would definitely do it again. I'd try and make more tools in the future, actually. I hope this was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.